Let's speak to Matt, the Everton fan. How you doing, Matt?
Hello again, Gabby. How are you, mate?
How's it going, pal?
Your mate.
Oh, made up. Absolutely delighted. Carlo Magnifico, the Blue Godfather, does it again. What a genius. What an absolute genius. There's a number of points I'd like to make on a positive from a positive side and one from the negative, but it's not too much of a negative with reference to Everton. Firstly, I think we've all got to take our hats off to the young players within the side today to put in such a mature performance. I know they were under the tutelage of Carlo Ancelotti, but people like, obviously man of the match for me and by a long stretch was Ben Godfrey. You know, for such a young lad who's at the moment playing for England under 21s, and I do firmly believe he's going to be a regular, if not a future England captain. If he keeps coming on the way he is, I mean, you'll probably remember anyway, guys, that Adrian Durham said he was surprised that we signed him because there was always a mistake in him. Well, apart from his first game, everything I've seen is just absolutely flawless. So I think we've got to take our hats up to him. But when you look at the other young lads, you know, Calvert-Lewin coming on, Richarlison, and one player which I think goes unheralded, Tom Davies. You know, I've been one of his biggest critics in the past. I think, he wanders around like headless chicken. But since Alan's been out and Ancelotti's asked him to drop a little bit and sit in front of the back four, I think he's been an absolute stalwart. He's been performing in there better than we can ever hope for. And I just think things going forward, and I think you mentioned this before, Gabby, looking forward, the future is so bright for us, it's unbelievable.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like Everton need to really go for it now. They have to have that mentality. We can get in the top four, we can get into Europe, and then in the summer go again. Because you're so close to where Liverpool are and the other teams fighting for the top four, go again. It's what I said about West Ham in the transfer window. Get a striker in. You're that close to being in and about the top four. Why not just go for it? And I think that's why Ancelotti's there. And I feel like the Everton board will give Ancelotti the money to get Everton up there.
And I completely agree with you, Gabby. And I think another point that needs mentioning is, and I had some reservations when he first came in, but the fact that they've given a new contract to Marcel Brands speaks volumes as well. You know, when you've got a director of football who's looking at signings, while at the same time his number one job is getting rid of the deadwood. I think I mentioned this before. You know, people talk time and time again about the fact that in the last 5 years, Everton have spent over £500 million. But we've got to remember that was through 4 different managers. So Brands has come in, he's asked Ancelotti what he wants, and Ancelotti said, right, we need this out, let's get these players. And he went out in the summer, bang, he got 3 absolute quality signings that 2 years ago, I mean, the likes of Alan and Rodriguez coming to Everton would have been unheard of. And he's brought them in, and they're both doing a wonderful job. And I'm just so excited. And
you need to keep hold of the players. Like Everton have had the past of selling their players when they have good seasons. You need to keep the players you've got that are doing really well, sign them up longer contracts, and then go again and make the squad stronger.
When you have a manager like Carlo Ancelotti, though, the players are going to want to stay, aren't they?
Yeah.
We talk about, and you'll hear Liverpool fans talk about Klopp and how good a manager he is by bringing players on. I know that the original transition with Calvert-Lewin was under Duncan Ferguson. You know, he took him under his wing and he said, let's make a player out of you. Let's make a more complete player. Let's not make you a target man. Let's turn you into a player that can get 20 goals a season. It's possible this year he may do it. But I think it's Ancelotti and his man management that is absolutely flawless. I'm almost speechless by how positive I am for the first time in a long, long time about Everton. I'm 50 years old, and it's been 22 years since we've won at Anfield. And there's been so many false dawns over the last 10 years when Martinez came in, and for that first season he was there. We were brilliant. We finished 5th. Obviously, it fell away there. Koeman came in, and I was delighted when Koeman came in, and that didn't work out. You know, Marco Silva came in. I questioned the signing at the time, but I thought, well, let's give it a chance. And there's been so many false dawns and so much money spent that even now, I'm circumspect that it may be another false dawn, but only because of the past. When you look at Ancelotti, you look at today, you look at the performances from the young lads, and you think, come on, let's do this.